Let me show you how to create this cinematic scene in Blender. First, add a cube and extrude it along the X and Y axis. Then add another cube and extrude it on the Z axis. After that, add one more cube and a plane to block out the base structure. Now let's start building the stairs. Select this edge loop and press Ctrl B to bevel it, then change the preset to step. After that, select the stairs and extrude them on the Y axis. Select this mesh and add some edge loops to it, then create the door structure. Select the stairs and extrude them on the Y axis, then select these faces and extrude them on the Z axis. Apply the mirror modifier to it, then add some more details to the structure. Next, select this mesh, add one edge loop, then select all these faces and extrude them outward. Now our structure is done, so let's move on to the texturing. For this base mesh, I'm using this image texture, and now let's fix its UVs. At first, we'll only apply textures to all the meshes, then later we'll make everything more detailed. After that, select this mesh, apply this image texture, and fix the UVs for this as well. Once that's done, we'll apply the texture to the stairs too. Now let's create and texture the door. For the door, I'll use the simple image texture. In UV editing, simply align these vertices with the door corners. And for the details, I'll just add some edge loops and extrude them slightly. Once the texture is added, we'll make it look more realistic. Add a bump node and connect it to the normal input, reduce the strength value to 0, and increase the metallic value to 1. After that, add a noise texture along with a color ramp, then press Ctrl+T to add the mapping and texture coordinate nodes. Adjust the values slightly until you get a better result. Then connect it to the roughness. Next, mix the same noise texture with the image texture to add even more detail and variation. Once that's done, simply copy this noise setup and apply it to all the other textures as well. Then repeat the same process for every other mesh. This is the node setup for each mesh. As you can see, it's basically the same setup for everything, with slightly variation to the values. Now let's make the ground. Simply add a plane, extrude it, and apply the ground textures. Then subdivide it a few times. After that, add a subdivision surface modifier and change the boundaries option to keep the corners sharp. Next, add a displace modifier, click on texture, and load the image. Then subdivide the mesh a few more times and reduce the displacement strength so the ground doesn't look overly distorted. After that, add another subdivision modifier. Now you might think that's way too many vertices, and if you have a low-budget PC, it probably looks like Blender is preparing for takeoff. But relax, because at the end we'll reduce the vertex count. Once the ground looks good, simply apply all the modifiers on the ground mesh. Then add a decimate modifier and reduce the vertices heavily. After that, if needed, go into sculpt mode and fix the mesh manually. Then add a plane to check whether everything looks correct. Now let's add some rocks. I'm using this rock pack collection, available on Superhive Market and on my Patreon. I'll simply scatter these rocks around the environment. After that, I added another ground mesh to make the scene feel even more detailed and natural. Once that's done, add a plane and use the ocean modifier for the ocean simulation. This is the complete setup for the ocean modifier. After that, I used the quick water shader add-on for the ocean texture. It's available on Superhive Market and on my Patreon as well. Then I used this HDRI, added a sunlight and an area light, along with this cool sky image in the background. Finally, after doing some color grading in After Effects, this is the final result. And that's pretty much it for this cinematic environment scene in Blender. This project file, the Rock Pack collection, and the quick water shader add-on used in this scene are all available on my Patreon and Superhive Market. Links are available in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.